Yo, yo.
What's up, Will? Another
Welcome.
installment, Military History Conversations on the
Yes,
Military
sir.
History Chronicles YouTube channel. What's up, Chad? Hey, thanks for joining me on this late Wednesday night. Might be Thursday morning in some people's area, but
Yeah.
thanks for hanging out. What's up,
Okay.
Val? What's up, Aaron? I see MF. The obsessed Keith Law fan. Guys, get me fired up. Hey, what's up, Matt?
Hey,
Good to see you.
there he is.
Awesome. Yeah, today nothing really no specific topic. We'll just get into what's going on out there.
Oh man, there's a lot
Yeah,
of
it's kind of the usual suspects, as you
usual
probably
suspects. Yes, indeed. Yeah.
But I'm kind of want to start it off today. Now the Republican candidates have dwindled down by another one. Looks like
Yeah.
there's what?
I just saw that.
Chris Christie has thrown in a towel.
Just pulled out of there. Yeah.
So there's
Yeah.
only three people standing now, right? Nikki Haley, DeSantis, and Donald Trump.
Yeah. Donald. Yeah, Christie's out in MF. Yep. He
Yep.
announced it, I think, a few hours
I don't think
ago.
he knows who that is. It's Chris Christie. He was the former governor of New Jersey.
Oh yeah. God, that guy was. Yeah, he had no chance the last time he tried running.
Yeah, I don't know. He
on the beach and everything.
kind of just running more of a anti-Trump rather than
Right.
pro, Christie.
He was soaking up those votes. He was going down that road.
Yeah, it's just whatever. I mean, that's not how you need to be a leader out there and tell us what you're
Yeah.
going to do and not focus on. But unfortunately, that's how politics has kind of always been. But
Right.
American
This
people
is
can see
so-
through that.
God.
All right. But yeah, so yeah, that as far as that's concerned, we'll see where it goes from there. We'll see who the next person is the step down. Probably will be Nikki Haley. Will probably be the next one to fall.
Yeah, I can see
We'll
that.
see. We'll see. I don't know. I know she's raising a lot of money. I know Santis has got a lot of money, so we'll see how that all pans out. Time will tell. We got the first primary coming up in 5 days, right? January 15th, I think, is the Iowa caucuses.
Right, yeah.
So after these next couple of primaries, it's we'll find out who it is. It's probably going to be Donald J. Trump again, probably. Yeah, odds of winning the presidential or the Republican nomination. Republican nomination, I'm pretty sure he's going to lock it up.
He'll get it. Whether or not he'll win the presidency, I mean, they're doing everything they can to make sure he doesn't have any platform to run on. So,
Damn. Okay. I'm gonna have to take care of that in NorCal. We'll get that figured out. Shoot. I wonder who he did that to.
Friendly fire.
That happens. Dan did that to Necron one time on accident.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get it all fixed up, Matt. Thanks for reminding me, or letting me know, I should say. Yeah, we'll get that fixed up.
Yeah, we could text in about that. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, Trump will definitely probably be the Republican nominee, and then we'll go from there. See what happens.
Yeah.
Until unless a court decides that he's not going to. Who knows what's going to happen? With that,
they are hell bent.
They are absolutely hell bent.
They're trying everything they can to not have that guy not on about anywhere. It's just absolutely.
Oh, see, okay, that's why he wasn't chatting tonight. Because I was wondering, because I was like, I haven't seen him chat. Okay, gotcha. We'll get that.
Yeah, I noticed that for like the past couple of days. Like, what? Some people missing. People missing, man.
Yeah, she might start getting it. She might get the indie vote. Yep, but I don't know if that's enough. That really, I mean,
right.
Usually, what is the percentage of the voting? Really, I mean, is it even 10%?
I don't even know if it's 10%. I think they're lucky to get 5. Even I mean, when you have a two-party system, a predominant two-party system, having something like an independent or libertarian party, all it does is take votes away from the other two.
And a lot of it has to do with voter turnout. Depending on the voter turnout, that will determine, I mean,
Aaron,
kind of my common sense, but it's pretty sad when it's only, you're lucky if you get 35% of eligible voters that go out and vote.
Yeah.
So I mean, kind of a sad state of affairs, and how active our citizenry is in going out to vote.
I
The
remember.
Democrats made it pretty damn easy. They really have.
I remember in the Army, man. If you a platoon started to come around, like, did you vote today? You better
Yeah.
say yes. You
Yeah.
better say yes, because you're gonna get smoked if you don't.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's one of the freedoms you're defending, right? What's up, Benji?
Yeah, why are you wearing uniform if you're not going to vote, right? So,
yeah, we'll see. You know, I was kind of a proponent for Haley, but then that Civil War stuff.
oh man,
really
if you just
sticking with
went
me.
from here to like,
It really, yeah, that really is sticking with me. I don't really
Okay.
like that position that she took.
she nosedived straight into the mud.
I mean, I understand that's just only one thing, but it's like, okay, if you're getting that wrong, what else are you going to get wrong? We'll see. We'll see what happens. What's going on in the world? Goodness gracious, where do we even start?
Well, hell, I mean, you got recent news.
Where do we even start?
Ecuador seems to be.
No, I don't think it hurt her numbers either. I didn't hear anything about it hurting her numbers. I'm just talking about for me personally of how I feel. I don't know what kind of effect it's having nationally, to be honest with you. Let's see. What has happened?
Well,
They're trying to impeach Mayorkas. I know they're trying to do that. I'm talking about for domestically.
Oh, domestic. Okay, yeah.
Hunter Biden showed up at Congress.
And he ran away.
Yeah. What else is going on? And
Harvard president.
Yeah, Harvard president decided to resign finally.
Adios.
You still got protests all over the country. Hey, the San Francisco supervisors have voted to create to tell Biden to have a ceasefire, even though we have nothing to do with what's happening in that country. You got you got the San Francisco Board of Supervisors taking a victory lap, saying, "Hey, we voted for ceasefire." What? Ecuador, yes, we'll get into that.
We can talk to that. And then the tunnels in New York. That's
the tunnels in New York. What is that,
bro? Okay, what was on that mattress? What was on that freaking mattress? Why was there baby strollers in the tunnel? That was strange. And why were they so protective about that?
I don't know.
Dude, that got intense, bro. That got it.
Really weird.
They had car seats and baby strollers in the tunnel and like bags of McDonald's and stuff. It's like, what the frick?
Play hide and go seek. I don't know.
I mean, geez, man, I don't know.
A little bit weird
on in this world anymore.
A little bit weird. There was an avalanche in California here today.
Yeah, it happened this morning. Yeah, it killed a person, buried 3 others.
Yeah, they got lucky that it wasn't more. Probably because it was on a Wednesday. If it happened on a weekend, it could have been a lot worse.
Oh yeah, if it was on the weekend, you'd probably see a mask.
Yeah, it would have been really bad.
But yeah, this weekend, man, I was gonna send you a couple of links to some of the protests I was watching. I'm like, I don't want.
Protests are just.
It makes you pissed off. I'm like, I'm not going to send that to you.
I know. It's just. I don't understand it.
The Seattle PD let the damn protesters block an entire section of I-5. It's like, are you serious?
Look, and here's the deal. I got no issue whatsoever if you want to protest.
Don't do dumb crap like that.
But when you're blocking traffic or you're interrupting other people's daily lives, or whether you look, it's one go protest from the steps of the Capitol, or go to a park, go, where you can gather and do your protest. When you're blocking traffic, when you're interrupting people's daily lives, you're crossing a line of protesting.
Yeah.
And you got to do something about that. Come on, let's go, people. Let's be have a little bit more common sense.
All you're doing is
here. But that's the whole deal. That's the whole deal. Is this they just want to interrupt it just to.
Oh, they just want to cause chaos. That's what they're anarchists. They're all anarchists. That's what they are. That's why they go into the malls and with their pro-Palestine chants. Like, what are you doing in the mall other than to cause chaos? Like,
yeah, I mean, like I said, if you have if you're leaning away, that's fine. We're in America. You could support whatever the hell you want to support. That's our
Hey, 100%.
The freedoms that have been afforded to us, I got no issue with that.
100%.
But not when you're there is a line that you're crossing when you're doing that. It's just, come on.
Well, yeah, there was a school shooting in Iowa too. Yeah, that
That's
was
right.
a weird
School
one.
shooting and out. Exactly. Yeah, crazy. Interesting. They're not releasing a lot of details on that either. I don't know
Well,
what the deal is, but
from what I read, apparently the kid's sister was getting bullied in school, and he decided
to take
it in my own hands, and he killed the kids that were
protecting his sister. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So but still, man, that's the wrong way to go about it, man. Wrong way.
Absolutely. All right, let's talk about the biggest international thing probably going on right now, Red Sea. Gosh, I didn't want to put up another damn thumbnail of the Red Sea, but that's kind of Oh, yeah, we could get into that too.
Oh, yeah, that's another one.
What is going on? What are they doing in the manufacture of these planes, man? First, you had the 737 MAX that had issues that finally got kind of resolved, I guess, right? I think they're flying again.
Right.
Now you've got this going on where freaking doors are popping up, and I supposedly in some of these inspections they're finding loose bolts.
Yeah.
What is going on, man?
What is going on? It seems like a lack of the standard is what it seems like. They're not enforcing the standard they used to have.
Did you see they found an iPhone? Did you hear about that? An iPhone got sucked out of the door and they found it on the ground and it was totally intact. It was open to like the person's was checking their luggage, getting ready to do their self-checkout luggage, had it all ready to go because they were going to land. Yeah, it was crazy.
Oh, that's wild. Too bad
it survived. It survived falling 16,000 feet.
Hey,
they found the phone before they found the door.
There's that story of that gal who fell 32,000 feet after she got sucked out of an airplane over Central America back in the 80s.
Oh, it survived.
She survived, yeah.
It was a
German gal.
On the Flight Channel, yeah, it was something like that. Crazy. How does that happen?
She was the only survivor of the entire thing.
God, I can't even. Oh, look at Jimmy says I was only 15 minutes away from his house. Wow, that's crazy. Stuff, but okay, Red Sea. Supposedly, okay. Let me go find this. Let's do a timeline here thing. You gotta get into the timeline. Oh, what is that?
There's been a lot popping off there.
Oh, no, that is crazy. All
right. Man, I'll tell you what. I wonder if Amtrak sales have gone up lately.
Gosh. Well, with all the train derailments, I don't know, man.
I've never been on an Amtrak. I think next time I travel, I'm going to try it out.
Let me see. Let me find it first.
Why the hell not?
There we go. Where was that? I sent it to you like about a week ago. I'm probably not going to be able to find it, am I? You know what? I'm not going to find it, so I'm just going to get into this first. Here we go. This is yesterday. Okay. What was it? About a week ago? They sent out the allies, the United States, I think the UK, Denmark. Who else? There was a bunch of nations, right? There was a bunch of nations that they signed. They drafted up this letter telling the Houthis and Iran, you keep doing crap in the Red Sea by launching missiles at the shipping and all that stuff. There's gonna be a retaliatory act, correct?
Yeah.
Well, yesterday,
this is laughable.
This is coming straight from U.S. CENTCOM Twitter.
Oh, here we go, boys.
Okay, on January 9th at approximately 9:15 p.m. Sana time, that's in Yemen, that's the capital of Yemen, Iranian-backed Houthis launched a complex attack of Iranian-designed one-way attack UAVs, anti-ship cruise missiles, and an anti-ship ballistic missile from Houthi-controlled areas of Yemen into the southern Red Sea towards international shipping lanes where dozens of merchant vessels were transiting 18 one-way attack drones, 2 anti-ship missiles, and 1 anti-ship ballistic missile were shot down by a combined effort of F-18s from the USS Dwight D. Eisenhower, the USS Gravely, destroyer, USS Laboon, destroyer, USS Mason, destroyer, and United Kingdom's Her Majesty's ship Diamond, also a destroyer. This is the 26th. The 26th Houthi attack on commercial shipping lanes in the Red Sea since November 19th. There were no injuries or damage reported. Oh, here we go. We can't even get into this. It was on January 3rd.
That's
14 countries, including the United States, issued a joint statement stating the Houthis will bear the responsibility for the consequences should they continue to threaten lives, the global economy, or the free flow of commerce in the region's critical waterways. So what does that mean?
They're shaking their fists. Don't do it again.
So what's the
Damn
consequence,
kids.
right? They said they will bear the responsibility for the consequences. What are the consequences?
Oh God!
So,
the consequences
so
have been billions
this has
of
been
dollars
going on
lost.
even before they sent out that joint statement on January 3rd, shortly after the
It's
New Year.
November.
Yeah, it started in November. We were talking about it here on the show. What are they going to do? What's going to be the reaction? How come there hasn't been a stronger response by the United States or even, Europe, you could say? I think even Israel had mentioned, if you guys don't do something, we're going to do something.
Yeah, we'll do
They've
something
even said it,
ourselves.
but they've kind of not done anything either.
And even
Don't know
that,
what's
yeah,
going on.
exactly. They haven't done anything either.
So now you've had these constant attacks. 20, how many was it? 26 or 29? What did they say?
26, I think. Yeah, 26.
26. This was the 26th attack. Okay. We haven't, what have we done? You knocked down some missiles and we knocked down some drones. Have we done anything to
the only thing that we did that hurt them anyway was we killed a few guys that were in little tiny boats.
Oh yeah,
That's
we
cool,
shot up
I
their.
guess.
That's right. We shot up their boats, their speedboats. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
that-
the. But what is that? Come on, that's like.
I
a
mean,
small
yeah,
potato.
they can invent another tin boat and put a motor
Okay,
on it the
so-
next day. So who cares?
So what is going on here? So okay, so now here we are. It was January 9th. That was that yesterday. Well, you could actually probably say 2 days ago it happened because over in Yemen it's already the 11th. What's going on? What's the retaliatory action for this? They said they're going to bear the consequences. What's the consequences? They just launched how many? 18 different types of weapon systems? 18 drones, 2 anti-ship missiles, and 1 anti-ship ballistic missile. So you got 21 different variations of weapon systems that are being launched against commercial shipping.
And that's a pretty serious attack.
It is. So there you go. I mean, what are you going to do? What's going to be the response? I don't know. But here's a bigger question though. If there is action, does it stop? Does it stop with just attacking the Houthis, or do we go above that? Do we start attacking Iranian assets in Iran? Don't get me wrong. This widens the conflict in the Middle East, but it's getting wider whether we get involved in it or not, right? What's going on in Israel?
100%.
We'll get into that. But what do you do? What's the response?
See, that's the thing. I think that's the reason why they're kind of holding off, because the only way to deal with Yemen is to full on invade them, really, and overthrow the Houthis like you would overthrow the Taliban back in Afghanistan in 2002. But then you got the Big Papa just across the pond over there on the other side, the Gulf of Aden, who now if you go into Yemen, now you have to deal with them. So you bring in the Iranians. It's a very delicate process, actually. Then I'm thinking about it.
I don't know.
How do you juggle that?
Let's bring this up. I think Russia and China might step in. I don't think Russia will. They got their hands full in Ukraine. China, okay,
maybe.
Okay, let's take it out to the 50,000 foot mark. China's getting involved in the Middle East. Remember what happened just prior to Hamas attacking Israel in October. You had the Chinese delegation was able to get the Iranians and the Saudi Arabians to talk to each other. And now they're basically, it's not an alliance, but there's a mutual understanding between the two nations now. And China got involved. Who was missing out of that? The
Russia.
United States. The United States.
Yeah.
And let's not forget, the United States has a huge footprint in the Middle East. Ever since the first Gulf War, we've had a presence there. I'm pretty sure we probably had a presence there before, but not as much as it is now since after the first Gulf War. Where is our influence? What has happened? Why are we not being involved in this more? Shouldn't we be asserting ourselves, being that we're the most powerful country in the nation? We are. I mean, we are. There's no debate. China's starting to their economy is starting to fall, but they're still strong. Russia's still there. Iran in the region is probably one of the strongest behind Israel, maybe. They might even be exceeding Israel. I don't know. Maybe. I think Israel's probably still ahead. I don't know that for sure. I'd have to look to be certain. But what's going on, man? What happens is it seems like anytime the U.S. gets pushed out of a certain area, things kind of go to hell to an extent, right?
Right. I mean, look at Afghanistan. Look at when we were starting.
Perfect example. Exactly.
When we were starting to pull out of Afghanistan, guess who was going in there? China was going in there and buying mineral rights all over.
Okay.
All over.
You know what? You just triggered something here. Maybe that's why we're not doing anything with Yemen. Because how does it look to the Biden administration when you had pulled out of Afghanistan, right? You pulled out of Afghanistan because he said too many American lives have been lost, blah, 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 whatever the justification that Biden gave was, right?
Right.
Now, what's happening in Yemen? Do we have to do the same thing in Yemen that we did in Afghanistan? So basically, he's going to have to do in Yemen what he left Afghanistan
right
for.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So it kind of doesn't look right for him. That's what I'm saying. There's no clear policy, and we're rudderless.
You know what, man?
We're just on the high seas with no direction.
I'm almost afraid that they're waiting for a mass casualty event in order for them to justify going into Yemen. That's kind of what I'm afraid of at this point in time. But one thing that you mentioned, that we do have military might all over the Middle East, massive presence. Africa too, but you know who else has a presence over there too? Maybe not military-wise, but territorial-wise, as far as mineral rights and land rights goes, it's China. China's been buying up Africa.
China's buying up everything, and you know what they're doing?
They've been buying up here in the United States,
and what they're doing is they're backing certain governments within Africa into different countries. Yep. And what they're doing, you know what they're supplying them with? The same thing that China does to their own citizenry. Exactly. A bunch of surveillance and keeping, the whole social score. And they got, basically China has locked down the market in how to run a country dictatorially by using technology. And that's what they're doing. They're pushing that stuff all over Africa because then you get a totalitarian regime in some of these countries, and they can control the population by the click of a mouse to a certain extent. They could see what everything is going on, scoop you up out of the street, never to see you again. That can happen.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly, man.
And to go back to this, talking about the United States being the leaders, look what happened. The Secretary of Defense went into the hospital and no one knew about it.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
The Secretary of Defense. And how does no one know that he is missing in action?
Oh, God.
This is what I'm talking about. Where are we? Where are we?
Freaking circus,
as
bro.
Governance, or / leadership. Where is it? Because it feels like what's the feeling that I have? It's almost like I feel like we're alone to a certain extent. Like,
right, exactly.
I don't know how to explain it. I'm scared because I don't know what's going to happen.
Right, exactly. What's happening to our country? You know,
I'm not trying. Look, and I'm not trying to be like, oh my God, the sky is falling. I'm not saying that.
I'm not trying to be a doomsayer or nothing, but yeah.
But you're looking, you just seeing what's going on in the world, and you kind of put these things together, and you're like, something ain't right here, guys.
You know, it makes me wonder. I was thinking about it the other day, and again, we don't want to be doomsayers, and we're not. But this must be how the Romans felt back in the day, as they saw their empire start crumbling. bit
Yeah,
by bit.
it happens.
Like what is happening? What look what we used to be, and now look what we got in our hands. It's insane. And for those of us who wore the uniform, it's even worse. You know what I mean?
Exactly, Will. Exactly. Yeah, talking about if you have a low social score, there's certain things you can't do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, you can't
That's
get
how you
married.
control
You
your
can't drive a car.
population.
You
That's how you
can't. You
control
can't
your
even go
population.
buy a hamburger at McDonald's. Yeah, they won't.
Exactly.
They won't let you rent a home or nothing. You screwed. They pretty much kill you with that.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And that's what they're shopping across of Africa. And you got to be.
Yeah, that's right. I believe. Where did I read they're starting that at? I don't. It wasn't. I think it was like Ghana or somewhere. They're starting at some of those kind of fallen states, if you will. Fun fact: my grandfather was actually a political prisoner of the Chinese Republic back in the 70s.
Really?
Yeah, he got in trouble for passing out Bibles. And they sent them to a re-educator. I actually have the documents they gave him. They were re-educating him on the Soviet and Mao doctrine and everything. It was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's interesting. We'll have to get into some of that too. God, there's so much we could get into.
I'll have to pull it out of the corner here one of these days.
All right, where do we got to go here?
Well, we're still in the Middle East.
Yes, Eric, I 100% agree with you. 100%. 4 years, another 4 years of Trump is not going to make a difference.
I tell you what, man,
it's not.
We do this damn pendulum thing every damn election. We go one way, then we go the other, and nothing seems to ever get fixed, man. It's just,
and that's a problem. Okay, look, I can understand if the American people decide, hey, we need to go in a different direction. I get it, but there's got to be there. We got to have a foundation, per se. You know what I'm saying? The goal should be the same, but the way we get there is going to be different. I get that. And it just feels like I think the goal keeps moving, and that's the issue. The goal isn't the same. The goal continually moves depending on who's on office, rather than the direction that we get there. And it's just it's really frustrating. Look, this is I've said this before. This isn't the first time the United States has experienced this type of what do you want to call it? Dysfunction.
Right.
From the very beginning, since the country has been formed, there's always been some type of dysfunction. It's just the timing. when the rest of the world is doing something and then you're having that dysfunction, that's when things can get dangerous. It's all about timing. It really is.
Well, when you're only seeing 25 meters away, you're blind to the rest of everything else that's happening around you.
Correct.
And that's what's led us, into this kind of amalgamation, if you will, where everybody's making moves and we seem to be the ones just sitting still in the water. Like, what's going
on? He wants to know real quick, does Donald think he wasn't too busy? He knows that there's no point of going to the because he's blowing away in the polls. There's no reason for him to do that.
No, he didn't have to debate. He's good.
To me, I think it's a smart move. But as far as is he going to be the answer to America's problems? No, I don't think so. I just don't think it is. I'm not. Look, I'm not gonna swoon, whether or not he gets elected or not. I just want to see the country to go into the direction that's going to, show some leadership and, get some stability in this damn world somehow.
And, the greatest thing that we need is to have, some kind of rein on these politicians. We need some serious reform. It needs to be, term limits and stuff like that.
It's what, Matthew, it goes back even further than that. Let's talk about the formation. Let's go to not Thomas Jefferson. He wanted to pay off the debt. Alexander Hamilton, the director of the Secretary of Treasury, he wanted to run up a national debt because he wanted a country to be more European in strength. You needed to have a strong government, a strong military, a strong, robust economy to be able to sustain any type of not sustain, but to build up power, to have some gravitas, as you will. So from the very beginning, from the formation of this country, there has always been a philosophy on certain sides to, you know what, it's okay to have a debt. So it's a long tested argument of, you know, do you run up a debt or you pay it off? But nowadays, man, it's getting a little bit out of control.
Right.
34 trillion debt.
Kyle brings up a pretty good point too about potential terrorist cells. You know what? I'm not going to say potential because we know there probably is terrorist cells.
It's going to be scary.
I mean, it's
that's scary. It really is. I mean, what is the potential of something happening? And then the people in government, you think they're going to care?
And I read yesterday where the city of New York City alone had received 150,000 illegals. So,
exactly. Well, guess what?
That's just a drop in the bucket, man.
But this is what happens when you open your mouth and you pass policy where you want to become either a sanctuary city or a sanctuary state. This is what you get.
Exactly.
You got to be careful what you ask for, right? So what? So you could sit there and say, I want to be a sanctuary city because I'm, 2,000-3,000 miles away from the border. It's okay to say that. But when you got when you got border states such as Texas, Arizona, and California, who deal with the majority of the influx of the illegals, it doesn't, out of sight, out of mind. Now with Texas and Florida sending these people to Chicago and New York,
we can't do that anymore.
Then it's all of a sudden a problem, right?
Yeah.
So you got to be careful with what you ask for, and I think and I'm sorry, the southern border has to be dealt with somehow. It's got to be dealt with in a whole bunch of. It's got to be. I hate using the word comprehensive because everyone uses. It's got to have a comprehensive plan, but I mean, take it for what it means. Though it does have to be comprehensive. It's got to require Congress to get off their ass and actually do something about it. It's got to have. You're going to have security on that border. You have to. There's got to be new ways for this stuff to happen. Look. If you want to come to this country and succeed and be what it means to be an American, I'm all for that. Let's go for it, right? But there should be qualifications. You shouldn't just be able to show up and go, I deserve to be an American. It's like, it's not how it works.
Do you know what it requires for you to be a citizen of Australia? To even apply for citizenship?
Oh, yeah.
You need you don't only need a 4-year degree, but you have to be a business professional with a 10-year background of at least 10 years in your trade or whatever career field you have, just to get through the door. Have fun.
You know what? You know what's funny? Take a look at what it takes to be a citizen of Mexico.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's worse. To be a citizen of Mexico is worse, I think, than here in the United States. Yep, pretty sure. Pretty sure it is.
And in Japan, you can't be a citizen unless you got blood. I mean, there's ways to get citizenship if you don't have the blood, but they're a jus sanguinis state, just like Italy.
But there's got to be a solution to that because you can't just let millions of people come across the border, and not have any rhyme and not have any idea of what they're doing within this country. Is majority of them want to come here and probably do better? Well, I'm sure there is. But I guarantee you, all it takes is 0.1% of that population to create havoc in the United States. That's all it takes.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Have a good night, Benji. Thanks for showing up. I appreciate it, man.
Right on, man. Thanks for joining. But it's again, what they say they have this massive drug ring out here in Northern California. Come to find out, it's all MS-13 gang members that came from El Salvador, man. Illegally. So and that's the other thing people forget, like these aren't I don't know what the I'm a liberal see what's coming across the border. I don't know if they think it's Mexicans because it's not Mexicans. Mexicans stopped
no.
a long time ago.
And honestly, there's a lot of Central Americans, a lot of South Americans, but there's also a lot of people coming. Chinese. There's Chinese, there's Europeans, there's Africans. There's Caribbeans. I mean, it's from all parts of the world. They're coming through the southern border.
Right.
And it needs to be
my
fixed.
point with the Mexicans is It's a hardworking people. Those people came here and busted their asses.
Absolutely.
But these aren't the people we're getting anymore. These are what we're getting crossing that border now is something much, much different.
It's different.
And it's a liability. It's a liability.
It's different. And that has to be fixed.
Population is too high. I agree with that. I do agree with that.
Even though world population is crumbling. It is. Did you? I don't know if you saw. I saw it on. God, where did I see it? It was a news report on Twitter talking about the average kids that Chinese are having is totally dropped. It went from 1 point something down to less than one child.
It's across the entire world. Even
that's just in the world, but in China, they said that's a huge issue for China.
Yeah, Japan's had an issue too.
Yep. So.
It's like one.
Anyway, so get back. Let's get back. How the hell did we get here? We were talking Middle East, but I think the Middle East is going to take a huge. It encompasses not just Iran and Yemen, but it also consists of course, Israel and all the other regions: Syria, Jordan, Egypt. You name it, they're all part of it. And if you think about it, Israel is totally surrounded. I mean, to the west, you got the Mediterranean. The sea ain't going to do nothing to you until there's some kind of natural event. But to the north, you got Hezbollah. To the east, you got Hezbollah. To the south, you got Hamas, and of course, in a much further distance, you got Yemen. You got Iran, who's backing all of them.
Yeah,
I mean, things are, and we could get into this. Action up on the northern front is starting to. What I'm talking about is the northern part of Israel.
Up. They've been doing some assassinating and all that fun stuff. So
there's a lot of like high value targets that are being hit. Israel is not messing around. They are knocking off some of the snake's head, if you will.
Yeah, they are.
But this could really develop into something much bigger.
It could spiral much bigger. Real,
and again, it's kind of worried about. And it's going to also tie in with what the response is going to be as far as with the Red Sea, if there is even going to be a response. Like I said, they come out with that document on January 3rd saying there's going to be consequences. They did something yesterday. There still hasn't been any answer to that. I don't know what's going on. Well, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Maybe something's happening behind closed doors that we don't know about. Granted, we're not privy to all the information that's being done, but boy, let's just say it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good.
It's a weird situation.
It is.
Because now I'm thinking about it, now that we've been talking about it for a little bit here, I'm really thinking the hesitation here is we got to go into Yemen. But if you go into Yemen, you trigger an Iranian response. And if you do, what would that response look like? That's kind of,
hit the strategic areas of their nuclear program. I would hit that.
Yeah. I would work out something with the Israelis. Hey, you know what? We're about to go into Yemen. But
to be honest with you,
do that, let's go out there and knock out.
I don't think you even need. We have the ability to go knock out stuff.
We could do it.
Come on.
But I mean, I think having another ally to kind of take.
We have more than enough. You get a couple. Not even a couple. You get a bunch of B-2s flying over. You name. I mean, we got stuff out there that can take care of the job. But again, I don't want you to think I'm advocating for this. But something has to be done because otherwise they're not going to stop.
No,
and it's just going to take and what's it going to take? You're gonna wait until they actually have a nuclear missile before they do something.
I mean, how much do you think?
The longer you wait on that,
I mean, how much do you think it costs to reroute a ship around the Cape of Good Hope? I mean, like, holy crap.
Exactly. That's going to cost everything. Have you guys been to the shop? Have you guys been to the grocery store lately?
Oh, it's nuts, man. That's why I shop at Walmart.
They keep having to go around the southern coast. You think prices are up now? Yeah. Dan, what's up? Says America is falling apart because it has turned its back on God and God has removed his hand of protection. He is allowing it to self-destruct. It is now filled and run by delusional leaders and followers. Good. That's a good point. Depending on someone's on the chat or whoever's listening's faith,
Well, that's
That
one
is
thing
something
that
that is something that needs to be acknowledged. You know, what has happened to
well,
what am I
if you
trying? How am I trying to go here? It just seems like people have lost faith in a lot of things. You know,
right,
you got to be centered somewhere, whatever it
right.
may be. You
There
know,
you go. I like that.
whatever it may be, you got to be centered. And when you don't have that center, what else do you have? You have
Well,
you have destruction. You have chaos. I mean,
exactly.
it's
Well, I mean, think about it. What's one thing? I went to private school growing up, and I'm very thankful for that. I mean, what's one thing that the good book gave you? It gave you a foundation of morality,
mhm.
and now they made it to the point to where if you even say you're Christian, people go, "Oh, you believe in the sky god?" And I mean, they demean you. I mean, it's all reversed, like from what it used
Yeah,
to be back. 20 years ago wasn't like that. It's
I
strange.
know it's strange. Now you ain't
Everything that's
lying there.
weird is
He is
now.
not lying. I went to Costco not that long ago.
Oh
I
shit!
spent $230 and I hardly got anything. I hardly got anything.
Damn.
It's crazy. I mean, I used to be able to go and get I could get a whole cart full of stuff that was maybe around between 280, 300. I got a half a cart full and I spent 230.
Yeah. It reminds me of the shopping at the Safeway on King Street over there when I was living next to the ballpark. I'd walk out with like 3 bags of stuff and be like $300.
Yeah, dude.
It
I
was
try to avoid Rayleigh's and Safeway's ridiculous, dude. You
oh
want
yeah,
to talk about
Safeway.
oof, that's
I,
expensive. I
I've
mean,
been shopping at
Walmart, man. Honestly,
Walmart's awesome, bro. I love Walmart.
absolutely. The only thing I don't like about Walmart is the produce. You got to go elsewhere for the produce.
Oh yeah, man. I ended up
Produce is
walking out
pretty.
of Walmart with a bag of yellow onions. So I went to go make my food, right? So I cut in one onion. It was like, what the hell? This thing's done. Like this is rotten.
Yeah,
Cut into another,
exactly.
it was all messed up. Like, oh man.
Yeah, you got to be careful, man. I
Yeah.
inspect my stuff when I go freaking there. I don't mess around. All right, what do we got here? Let me see. Let's see.
Oh, you can get those little thin cut sticks. Bro.
Don, it says grounded by faith, no matter what you believe in. Why is nobody talking more about UAPs? What are UAPs? Not sure. Stop destroying each other and focus on the SpaceX. Hey,
You know what?
Hey, I like that, Don.
Hey, man, that's some logic right there. I appreciate
What's
it.
UAP? What's UAP? Do you know what that is? I don't know what UAP is.
I think I know what it is. I don't want to say it unless I'm.
But space exploration, that's something we could go to. Hey, did you see? Hey, Don, who are you a fan of? You a fan of NASA? You a fan of SpaceX? You a fan of Blue Origin? You a fan of ULA? Who do you like, man? Or do you just like them all?
Okay. Yo, unidentified
aerial phenomena. Gotcha.
There we go.
Interesting.
I dig it. I think
I don't know where to. Honestly, I don't
opinion.
know where to really land on UFOs, UAPs, whatever they may be. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to really say anything. I'm like me. You know how I am. I kind of like to have, you know.
We talked about this before a couple of times. I
Yeah.
think in some text messages about our.
But I'm telling you, man, I'm a huge fan of SpaceX. Love what they're doing. Don't get me wrong. I like the other ones too, but SpaceX, I just love what they're doing. They're getting ready to fly. The IFT number 3 is supposed to be next month.
They're making NASA look like absolute dog crap. You see,
speaking of which, that was big news, and
we can't do it now. We gotta wait. Okay.
Something wrong with the damn capsules, so they had to push it out a year. See, SpaceX would never do that. If they had an issue, they'd go out and fix it, but it wouldn't push it out a year.
I don't know how hard. This makes no sense to me. My grandfather worked on the Apollo program on graphing paper, which was a program made on graphing paper, literally, and on chalkboards. And they sent people to the freaking moon. We can't go back there. I mean, what?
I don't know, man.
You
tell me, man. You explain it because I don't know.
I don't know. That stupid? I mean, I just make no sense.
He's a fan of anyone looking to take the human species to the next frontier. Love everything and everything. Yeah, that's awesome. I agree, man. Why did we? unfortunately, we had a period of time where it just kind of stopped. I love what the James Webb is doing. I mean, you got so many different sensors.
Oh,
You got
that
the
thing's cool, bro.
what are those called? What is the
Oh,
solar ones? Soho? I think they got 2 of them, right? That orbit the sun, or not orbit the sun, but they're
right.
at Earth, but they take pictures or they monitor the sun. Awesome.
There
stuff.
is a really good Netflix documentary, the James Webb Telescope. I saw the other night. That was pretty cool. That was pretty damn cool.
I just something about that is just I just love that. I've always been a fan of rockets, and I'll never forget. My dad took me to he took me and my cousin to see the Discovery Land, the one that took off after Challenger blew up.
Yeah.
And we went to Edwards Air Force Base along with 300,000 other people. It was nuts. Sleeping out there in the cold desert at Edwards Air Force Base. God, well, it was so cold, man. But it was just awesome seeing it come down. You could hear the sonic booms, and it just glided right in, landed. Then everyone got in their cars and left.
You know, space exploration is one of those things that you can look up at the sky and just start thinking. You know, it makes you think.
Yeah, it makes you think. It does.
It makes you contemplate where you are in life and what's. I mean, there's a lot to it. You know, other than just watching rockets. You know, it's. Just,
I'm telling you.
You exactly. know, like the Jean-Luc Picard said, the final space, the final frontier. It really is. It is.
Right. Well, you can even go back further than that. That was William Shatner as Captain James T. Kirk said that, right?
James T. Kirk. Oh yeah, space, the final frontier.
Well, I guess it's actually Roddenberry because he probably wrote it, but
yeah, there you go.
But yeah, it's you can it. How can you go out at night when it's a moonless light, perfectly clear, and you look up and not think what else is out there? It's incredible just to think that, you know, and to actually. You look at the moon, you're like, man, we actually landed men on that thing. Holy crap!
If you go somewhere where there's not a whole lot of light pollution, you look up at the sky and
you go somewhere.
It is. Oh my god,
it's incredible! You could see the Milky Way.
Yeah,
yep. Well, we went to Lake Tahoe back in 2020. We went to Lake Tahoe. Nope, 2019. We went to Lake Tahoe, and we had a cabin out there, and it was a beautiful moonless light, and you could just totally see the Milky Way. Absolutely fantastic. You know, I get the same feeling when you go, like if you go to the Pacific Ocean, you look across the ocean and you're just like, wow,
all that expanse.
Exactly. It kind of puts things, it kind of, you know, I use the word center. It centers yourself and goes, you know what?
Okay. So small, man.
Right. And I'm not bigger. I'm not bigger than anyone else.
The funny part about that too is like, okay, all your worries just kind of go away after that. It's like, okay, what am I stressed about this for? After I realize just how small I am looking at this whole expanse.
Correct.
What have you, man? I mean, yeah. When I went to Mount Shasta, well, hell, even when I was in basic training, when we would do our ruck marches late at night down there over in Oklahoma, I look up the sky, you can see everything just glowing. I'm like, oh man, this is cool. I'm getting paid to do this. What the?
Yeah. Exactly. When I was I was on mid shift a lot when I was at Luke. But the only thing is you couldn't see that much because, you know, when you're on an Air Force base, all there is light everywhere. So it's kind of tough. Yeah. But yeah, man. It's
Robert's awesome. Talking smack, bro. Talking smack. I saw that stream yesterday. I was laughing.
What's that? When Eric is looking at this guy knowing he will lose in a fantasy draft.
That's awesome, man.
Wishful thinking, buddy. But it looks like it may not happen. We'll have to see. It may not happen because it's a NorCal thing, but I'm the only NorCal thing. That's part of it. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how it works.
Call it. We could make our own little league.
We might have to. Maybe just we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out some way. Maybe just do it for fun instead of money. We'll see.
Yeah, most of the guys in there. We got Aaron. Aaron's an inmate. Hey, it's almost like an MHC league, actually.
It kind of is because there's a lot of MHC league. Yeah, well, maybe we could do that. We'll see. Because I know Senior was going to run it. We'll see what he thinks. We'll see. Because that will be fun.
That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah. So we were talking about being recentered. So we kind of covered the Middle East. We missed it. Oh, we're still being attacked in Iraq.
Mm-hmm.
still being attacked in Iraq, and not really a whole lot going on. We blew up a couple of buildings and some trucks, and that's about it.
Yeah.
You also got Ukraine, Russia still just lobbing missiles at each other. Middle of winter, so not a whole lot's going to happen. We'll see what happens come March, April, May. We'll see how everything kicks up then.
It was interesting. That cruise missile attack wasn't really trying to be a big nothing. I mean, I want to say people did die, but I mean, it wasn't really.
It wasn't like as a big event as we thought it was going to be.
Right.
Right. And I think the reason what is because the Ukraine's getting a shit ton of air defense weapons that's helping knock this stuff down. Let me see what we got in here. See if there's anything popping off. This is usually about the time things start happening over in the East.
Oh yeah, because everybody's waking up. Everybody's got their breakfast in them.
All right.
I think I'm gonna watch this All Quiet on the Western Front tonight. I watched a clip of it the other day.
The original or the
new one?
Oh, the Netflix one.
Well,
can't go wrong with that.
I watched one called War Sailor the other night. It was pretty good.
Robert, hey, would we ever use the atomic bomb again? I don't think so. But who knows? I mean, the only way that it's going to happen is if you got some crazy rogue nation that decides to do it. But as far as an offensive thing, no, I don't see that happening.
You would invoke common.
You use it and you're
condemned by everybody.
Well, you're condemning the planet to obliteration. Right. That's what you're doing. Stalemate Ukraine and Russia. Who wins that war? If it gets to a war of attrition, I hate to say it, but I think it might be Russia.
Yeah, I think so too.
Look at the history. Look at the history of what Russia has done.
Oh,
how many times have they gotten down to literally like the last straw, and they were able to come back and overcome huge deficits.
Look at Stalingrad. They were just throwing bodies at the Germans till they won.
Look what Napoleon did. He was in Moscow. And what happened? He had to go back.
Yeah, he lost the war of attrition.
Yep. World War II, Germany was on the outskirts of Moscow.
Lost the war of attrition.
Lost the war. Yep. So you can't underestimate. Don't get me wrong. Doesn't mean that something can't change, but you just gotta understand the massive amount of manpower Russia has, and Putin is not afraid to tap that manpower.
Yeah, and on the flip side of that too, the people there are fairly patriotic as well. They have no problem doing that for their country.
Yeah,
in general.
Right. Well, yeah, you got to be careful because how much of it is propaganda? How much is it,
True.
I don't want to die.
But
so I'll say this:
they're not conscripting 60-year-olds like the Ukrainians are. As far as we know, I feel like I'm about to be conscripted, man. I've been getting phone calls. I got a Sergeant Menendez gave me a voicemail the other day.
What is going on?
I'm like, dude, you know how old I am? Like, what's going on? You know how long I've been out of the Army? Like, I'm going on 8 years out.
How the hell did they have your number?
I think it's the VA gives them. I think they have everybody's number.
Interesting. That is interesting.
How long have I been out? I haven't been out for 8 years. I've been out for going on 7 now. I'll be 7 in September. This September. But still, that's so stupid. Like, they're like, hey, Sergeant Bingham, we have this would you like to be a medic again? We have this re-enlistment bonus. And
like, what the odd, man.
Excuse me?
Has the medic field always been a undermanned field?
No, man. The
that's two biggest, interesting then.
The two biggest MOSs in the United States Army is infantry and 68 Whiskey Medic. So
that's interesting.
I don't know. Maybe they're losing NCOs or something.
Maybe. That's what I'm wondering. It makes me wonder if they're having an issue. Is it a reserve unit or is it an active duty?
No, active duty.
Active duty even.
I was like, what? I'm old and fat, bro. Like, I'm done with that stuff.
Or here's another thing. Maybe they're not able to reach their damn numbers, so they're
Not
just
hitting,
trying.
yeah, and looking at somebody who's maybe in a bad spot. Yeah, I tell you what though. If I guess if I was striking out, maybe I think about rejoining.
Yeah, right.
But I'm not, So it's I think it's what they're doing. I think they're targeting veterans who may be looking at going back.
They're
Maybe
hurting. They're hurting for getting the young folk.
Honestly, I almost thought about re-enlisting to go back in the reserves, and I was like, stupid. No, what are you doing? Wake up. It's over. Shut the door on that one. Close the page, man. Turn the page. I mean,
you said you were at the reserve unit over there by the SPCA.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a baseball field they got out there. I saw it. I was like, I took a closer. I'm like, that's a nice baseball field. Is that on their property? That baseball field?
I don't believe it is. I think that might be.
It looks like it, man.
Let me look at. I don't think I've ever been on that side of the post.
Because it's right off of what the hell's the
Florin Perkins?
Big cross street? Florin Perkins. Yep.
Oh, let me see here.
I don't know whose baseball field that is.
Yeah, they got some cool stuff. I know the Army Depot. There it is. Oh yeah, Army Depot. That is our ball field. Shit.
See?
Oh no! I know. Yeah, that's right. We used to go run. So I used to run the perimeter. That was part of our PT test. I think the people that use that specifically, I think that's the National Guard that uses that.
National Guard. Okay.
What you don't see. So that whole front section right there, where the baseball field is, that is all National Guard. And then there's the Starbase Academy. Then there's which is really cool. And then there's a gate. There's a gate that you have to beep boop your way into. And once you get yourself in there, that's the Army Reserve. So Army Reserve
gotcha.
It's inside the gate, and the National Guard's outside the gate.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah, right there. Oh yeah, I'm looking at my old unit right there. Oh, that's memories. That's all memories, man. Yeah. Yeah, that's been a while. I got buddies that are still in the unit. Like, why don't you come back? I'm like, no. Valley Christian.
Valley Christian, they have beautiful baseball field. My stepdad built the whole school and baseball field. Wow, cool.
Oh, right.
That's awesome.
On, man.
That's awesome. I still want to go check out the train museum.
And we gotta do that. Oh,
we're gonna have to go do that now that the holidays are over.
That National Guard armory over there, they got the best of everything, bro. I mean, they make us look like turds in the reserve, man.
Really?
Oh man, they got that's a brand new facility that they built there, right there. When you first come in off Florin Perkins Road to your left, it's sitting right there. They got a big old DFAC in there that's beautiful. I mean, they got brand new vehicles. We had soft shell vehicles. I mean, they weren't even armored or nothing. I mean,
wow.
Yeah, they got everything nice, man. We got everything that's just all the hand-me-down stuff. Oh man, I wonder if I could spot my own vehicle that I used to drive around. No. Or a section of, according to Google Maps, a section of our base was doing something else. Yeah, the Marine Side Reserve. In fact, the Marine Reserve unit is right across from my unit.
It is right next door. Yeah.
And so is the Navy.
Yeah, and the Navy's right there too. That's where I went and got my ID.
Yeah, I used to escort.
But yeah, I want to do a setup if people want to meet at the California Railroad Museum, State Railroad Museum. I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Still want to do that.
River Cats game would be cool.
Do a River Cats game, yeah, during the season.
Memorial Day, I think on Memorial Day they do like a dollar dog night or something like that, and like cheap beer and everything.
I know. It's in Sacramento, Robert.
Yeah, Old
Sac. Yep. Yeah, we'll have to do it because I know Kyle said he was thinking about doing that. Oh, you know what? Goodness gracious! Let me look up to see if there's anything. I haven't seen any news on the big boy on whether or not it's.
Oh yeah, that's
if
right.
They haven't knocked down the dates yet. Let me see.
Yeah, I was going to say it should be close to releasing some dates here.
The Four Corners 2024 tour. Let's see.
Oh, hey, if you're ever in the area again on Foreign Perkins there, I forgot about this place. Tips and Shakes. Yeah, we used to go there for lunch.
We're at.
Excellent. On Foreign Perkins. Just
Mm.
probably about it's just north of the SPCA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just off. Yeah.
Let's see what we got here. Tour dates and route information will be released in 2024. I don't know if it may happen in the summer. Hope it happens in the spring. I'd rather it come through in the spring, but we'll see. Because summertime, man, standing out in that damn heat, man, that could be rough.
Oh, that's brutal.
Especially up here, because this is a mild damn winter, so I can't imagine what it's going to be like this summer.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So still to be determined. I can't wait to see that damn thing. I want to see that so bad. Gosh, I was hoping it was going to come here last year, but because they still had issues with the stupid what do you call it? Supply chain issues.
Oh.
They had like hundreds of ships still sitting offshore. They had to unload, and of course the railroads got to take them inland. So it's just the railroads were swamped last year because of that.
I remember that. You think we're going to give any help to the Guyanese, what they call them?
Oh, did you see that? They're asking for help.
Yeah, it's interesting.
They're asking for help.
That'd be a little strange. Oh, all right.
Gosh, something else we got to support.
I guess Brazil's already.
They're pushing everywhere.
And then Ecuador's got the damn
Ecuador,
cartel.
yo, that's right. Yeah. What's his name was talking about it? Who was talking about early in the chat? Benji, I think it was. Was it Benji? No, I don't think it was Benji. Or someone else in there that was talking about it. Who was it?
Towards the beginning.
Yeah, it was in the very beginning.
No.
Not Val Ramos. There was somebody in here. Maybe it was Benji talking about Ecuador. Or Jimmy. Was it? No, it wasn't Jimmy. I can't remember. Someone early in the chat was talking about Ecuador. But yeah, I don't know what. Now, isn't that gangs that was trying to take over the government?
It's what they broke out their cartel leader. The guy looked like Nicolas Cage from Con Air. They busted him out. I was watching. They have the news clips. They took over a news station while they were on air and everything. It was wild, man.
I don't know if that's anything big per se, but yeah.
I don't know. That sounds like more like a civil issue over there. But
yeah, they always have civil issues.
I don't see us being dragged into that. I mean, hopefully not. I could be completely
you got
wrong.
so much. There's a lot that's happened in South America.
Oh God. In South America,
a lot of internal strife. Man, you got Peru with what's his name, Pinochet. That guy was brutal. I think we propped him up, if I'm not mistaken, back in the
free helicopter rides,
60s and 70s. Man, God,
Pinochet.
What a mess. Yeah, what a mess it was down there. Trying to stop the communist horde.
Well, not only that, but we were also trying to use Pinochet to stop drug trafficking, but
yeah, that wasn't working out too well, was it?
He ended up being a drug seller himself. So.
Ooh, look at that.
Oh my God.
Holy crap. Let me check this out to show this real quick. This is pretty cool.
South America is just one effed up place, man.
Looks like the sun had a big CME.
Oh yeah?
Pretty cool. I'll have to show this. Not directed to the earth, which is good.
Oh, I was going to say, are we about to go dark here?
There you go. Boom.
Oh.
Yeah, look at that, man. That is some impressive stuff right there.
There's so much energy that just got
released. There is so much
we can't even comprehend. We can't even quantify what's happening there.
That is incredible. SDO, that's the satellites that watch that. It's amazing. Look at the footage they have of this. And they can look at it in different type of visual spectrums. It's fantastic.
Now, going back to our friend Don, who was talking about UAPs, they ever seen that video of looked like a UFO or something sucking the energy out of the sun? It was crazy.
What?
Yeah. I'll have to find that video and send it to you.
You're gonna come on. Is it fake news?
No, it's legit. It's legit. It's not fake news. They don't know what it all was. They don't know what it was. It looked like it was sucking up a coronal mass ejection. Is what it looked like. It was some weird stuff. It was like this. You could see it was black and white footage. You could see what looked like a black disc in the background, and it looked like it was absorbing this thing. Maybe it might be a lens flare or something. I don't know, but it was weird enough to go, what's going on here? And they were showing. I think they showed it on National Geographic too. That was about 5 or 6 years ago.
No kidding.
Wow, man. There's stuff that's going on out there. I don't know if it's.
Did you see the rocket that took off from a ship?
Mm-mm. You talking about the missiles that we launched at the Houthis? I know the.
No. This is, I think the Japanese did this. Hold on, let me.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. Very interesting. Check this out. Check that out. Boosh. Ooh, man, look at all that material go flying in the air. God, it reminded me
I bet those guys sitting there in the cabin.
Oh, damn. Oh, I don't think anyone's on that ship. No one's on that ship.
I would hope not, because I'd be scared shitless.
Oh, my God. That kind of reminded me of the first Starship launch when concrete was flying everywhere. God, right, look at that. Whoosh. Shit flying everywhere.
That's cool.
Kind of cool, though. Kind of cool.
That is awesome. That's awesome how far we've come, and seemingly how far we've not come.
It's weird, isn't it?
It just makes no sense, man. Like, and then come to find out that all the Apollo program stuff that they recorded, they recorded over and threw away back in the 80s. Like, what? Excuse me? Why? Stupid.
Okay, let's see. All right, chat. Gonna ask you something here. Wait, it says recent UAP showed. Oh, I saw the jellyfish over a military base. I saw that. I don't know if that's legit or not. Did you see the jellyfish UFO?
No,
Hold on, we'll have to check it out. Hold on. All right, chat. Let's see if anyone can guess what this is. Who is that? Don't say it, Will.
Oh shit! No, I almost did.
Who is that? Who's the guy on the right? Come on. Who's the guy on the right?
Perhaps.
Come on. Let's see.
One of the greatest tacticians of all time, maybe. Yeah, maybe of all time.
He was a good tactician, but
he was a good tactician. I don't know. Well, he's probably one of the better ones in the war. That's for sure. One of the better ones.
Let's see. What do we got here? No, there's a lot of crickets. A lot of crickets.
There's a lot of crickets, man. That's an easy one.
Well, that's going on. Check out that jellyfish UFO.
All right, I'm gonna Google this.
See if I bring it down, it's gonna say who it is, so I can't. Come on, guys. No one knows. See, you can't Google this. You can't Google that. There's nothing in there to Google.
What the hell? That looks like one of those Star Wars robots, man.
Oh yeah, the little probes.
Yeah, what's called probe.
That Han Solo blew up, or no, Chewbacca.
Yeah.
Robert Boyd has no idea. Come on, guys. Who's the guy on the right? Who's the guy on the right?
Far right. Yeah.
Hey, that's cool, Robert. No big deal. Just want to know if anyone knows.
All right, that's some weird. All right, what if that's like a bunch of well, do they even have balloons in Iraq? That sounds bad, right?
Do they have balloons in Iraq?
I'm just being honest, man.
It's a little bit weird. I don't know what that was.
It's strange, bro.
It's hard to tell whether things have been manipulated or not. It's
looks like a flying shrub. Oh man, you can see soldiers doing guard duty and stuff in the back.
See, I don't know, man, if that's. I don't know. Who is it, Robert? I'll say it here in a bit.
What in the hell?
My dad told me to ask you about someone, Eric, but I don't remember now. Revolutionary War or Civil? All right, ask him again. All right, no one else knows. All right. It's I can't even say what side he fought on. I mean, you kind of tell a little bit.
Oh yeah, you should be able to tell.
It's Erwin Rommel. Let's see if
Yep.
it shows it. Oh, does it? Yeah, there it is.
There it is. I was going
It did
to
say it.
first.
The Africa Corps. He played havoc for the British in North Africa. You got to see a German 88. You see the German 88 back there? That thing was nasty. But yeah, the whole foray into North Africa didn't make any sense for Germany. Stupid. It really didn't. It was dumb.
Stupid. That was a dumb move. They should let the Italians do what they did.
It's a red hair. Yeah, exactly. It was because of the Italians. That's what it was. Exactly.
There was no need.
No sense.
Yeah,
but that's what happens.
You open up multiple fronts. You open up multiple ways to lose. So,
exactly.
There you go.
So Erwin Rommel, also known as the Desert
Fox.
Yes.
And he was awarded a Knight's Cross for his actions in the desert.
Yep. I think he was awarded it twice, wasn't he? Something like that.
Yeah, he had an oak leaf.
Yep. Now and he was also he was one of the, I think, was he a colonel during Normandy? Or not Normandy, but their advance into France? I think he was. I don't think he was a general yet. I think he was still a colonel.
Yeah, he led one
of the divisions.
Line. Yeah.
You know what? Maybe he might have been a general then. If he led a division, he had to be a general, I think.
That sounds about right. Colonel would be about a brigade.
Yeah, something like that. A regiment.
Brigade. Yeah.
It was a little bit different the way they had the. I don't think they even have regiments anymore, right? They got rid of regiment. I think everything's brigade, battalion, company, right?
I think they still have regimental combat teams.
But that's like broken up. It's not like like the overall command structure. It's like.
Okay, yeah.
You got an army, corps, division, brigade, battalion, company.
So
platoon.
The only like legitimate regiments that we would have in the army right now that I could think of would be the Rangers and Special Forces. They're regiments.
They're regiments because they're special. They're not a traditional quote unquote army unit.
Yeah, you're not going to put them with an RCT or a BCT. They're going to be doing their own damn thing.
Right.
Yeah.
All right then. Well, I think we will call it a night. Let me start up the music here. Good episode, touched on a whole bunch of things. Next time we'll do a specific topic. Not sure what we'll attack.
How many people do we have for fantasy right now?
I think it was 8.
8 of us. Well, if we get 2 more, that's good enough.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. Right now 8. So we'll see. When is the next stream? Not sure yet. Maybe the weekend. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe the weekend. Maybe sometime next week. We'll see.
Play it by ear.
Play it by ear. Exactly. It's kind of what we do. Nothing that's like set in stone. But yeah, maybe I put another poll. I'm not going to pull. I'll decide what we're going to do next. Thanks, Kyle. Appreciate it. Yeah, my opening and closing is the same video.
Oh, there we go. Oh, you should be part of fantasy baseball, homie.
He said he was thinking about doing it. He said that in the chat in NorCal.
I think that'd be dope.
Oh, I want more of these.
Oh, yeah, it's a lot of fun, man. You should hop on with this sometime.
Yep. Thanks, Eric. Appreciate it. Appreciate the chat showing up for the show. So we'll see what happens. I'll pick a topic. I don't know where we'll go. We'll see. There's so many different things we could go after, man. God,
Civil War is so fun to talk about too, though.
Civil War is that's my go-to. I don't know. We'll see. We'll just look out for the thumbnail, and there we go.
Prick. He was joking.
He was joking. All right, fair enough. No worries. When U.S. Grant shows up, I show my dad that, and he said, "Who is that guy?" I almost got. No, he did not. Come on. Your dad did not get shocked about Grant, right? I think I know what you're talking about, right? You talking about when I threw up this one? Is that the one? Or are you talking about are you talking about the my intro outro? Thanks, Val. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Val.
I got Grant there at the matter of fact. I think Grant's at the very end of my my little intro and outro.
I gotta get a poster of Sherman's picture, man, because his hair, like, he doesn't even give an F at all. He's like, whatever.
No,
man.
he doesn't.
I'm just a big badass, man.
Yeah, he did not care about what he looked like. It was all about commanding. Different time, man. Different time.
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys. Until next time, we'll see you guys maybe this weekend or sometime next week. Thanks, Will. Appreciate you showing up.
Yeah, man. As
We'll
always.
see you on the next one.
Peace.
All right. See ya.